Hey, what's up everybody? Jumpin here. This is going to be Mass Effect 3 gameplay commentary. Today I'm going to be showing you the Geth Saber build versus Reapers. I've showed you the build in a prior video, so I'm going to have a link in the annotations to go watch that video if you want the build. Also, I'll put this in the description, so definitely go check it out if you want to, if you haven't seen it yet. The only difference in this video, setup wise, compared to that video, is I'm not using the scope attachment. I'm just using the piercing attachment, and I'm using Warp Ammo 3. Everything else is about the same. The equipment might be a little bit different, but that's literally it. Okay, in this video, we are playing as, this is really going to be an epic gameplay. One of my favorites I've ever done, to be honest, just because it's really ridiculous. We're playing, in this video, we're playing, it's going to be, Gold Reapers, like I said, Firebase Ghost, but the four of us are actually going to be playing as Geth Infiltrators, all of us, and we're all going to have proximity mine. So, it's really ridiculous. If you guys don't know, one thing about proximity mine is that proximity mine actually stacks. That is something awesome about it. So what that means is that if I was to if you go for damage taken, if you have damage taken or whatever, and you actually hit an enemy with it, you're gonna do 20% more damage. But if we all have damage taken and we hit an enemy with it, it actually is gonna be a total of 80 extra damage to that enemy. So any big enemy that you fight against, I mean, it just gets dropped. It is an amazing debuff power. And one thing I wanted to experiment with, I have never done this yet, but I really should experiment with this. I was just thinking about this right now, is that I wonder what would happen if everyone used slow, the 30% slow, because if 4 people hit one target with the slow, like a Banshee, technically, if it's stacked, that would make it so it couldn't even move. So that would be insane. That is something I will definitely try out in the future. I'll let you know about that if I figure anything out about it. Okay, let me go and talk a little about this gameplay. Like I was saying, I'm using the Geth Saber build. No one else is using the Geth Saber. Everyone else is just using the Geth Claymore build that you've seen in a video I had. I don't know. I might go ahead and put a link to that video too if you want to check that out. Very similar builds in well, I wouldn't say they're similar. Well, I guess they are. I don't really know. And they have different things. The Geth Infiltrator, you can set him up to do so much different things. Like there's so many different ways to set him up. So like I said, it's just what happens. Alright, unfortunately right here I'm playing with my buddy Richard and a couple other people, and like Richard actually died, so that's unfortunate. He actually bled out. We weren't even paying attention, honestly. We were just kind of having fun blowing everybody up with proximity mines. I mean, that's literally what will always happen. Wow, another ambulance. I don't know what that is, guys. I don't know why that happens, but every time I'm doing a commentary, there's always a freaking fire truck or an ambulance going by my house. I think that's because there's a fire station right down the street. I don't really know. And there's like all these old people always dying or something. But who knows? But it does always happen, unfortunately. Alright, so like I was saying, this is epic gameplay. So the other 3 guys in this video are going to be using Claymores on the Geth Infiltrator, and that is just an outrageous power, that you can have for a class. I like the Geth Saber personally better than I like using the Geth Claymore, but I personally like it. I think it's more consistent, and it has that range that an Infiltrator might want at times. But the Geth Claymore build also is extremely good as well. So it's really just up to you, like what you guys want to do. Okay, so this is gonna be our first Banshee, and you're about to see this thing get freaking wrecked. All the Banshees in this gameplay are gonna get just absolutely annihilated. At first, boom, there you go. That's insane. In a matter of a second, she went from pretty much full health and shields to half bar of her armor. Now, more than likely that came from, and like, look, check out that brute dying. Like what happens is that when we hit them with multiple of the proximity mines, like I said, they're gonna take a lot more damage. And one shot of that claymore, once that happens, can pretty much almost drop her. And I believe that's pretty much what happened. Like right here, once again, she gets totally annihilated, and it's really awesome. Alright, and there's gonna be a brute coming after me. I'm gonna take him out. You know, Reapers on this map, I really do enjoy playing Reapers on this map for the most part. It's somewhat easy. I wouldn't say Reapers are never super easy. In this gameplay, they were pretty, you know, this was a really, really easy gameplay, to be honest. Because, like I said, we were just fucking them up so bad with the proximity mine. And then, you know, with the Claymore and the Saber, all that stuff, I mean, we were fucking them up. But at the same time, you know, Reapers can never be really super easy. But this map is one of the better maps, I think, in the whole game for fighting against Reapers. Mainly because it is bigger, and there's a lot of nice little places you can pretty much, like, chill out and, you know, hold down really easily. Now, Reapers are really notorious for just being, you know, the type that just will come after you a lot. I mean, we're also going to get dropped a lot this gameplay. There's no question about that. Geth Infiltrators do go down a lot, but because they're so weak. But at the same time, you know, offensively, the power that you have is just, you know, it just makes up for it big time. You know, but this is kind of how it goes. I also have another gameplay of us doing this, pretty similar as well. Actually, it's pretty much the same thing. We're using the same setup, you know, for Geth Infiltrators versus you know, Geth. So it's Geth on Geth crime, and that's always funny. But at the same time, you know, I don't know, I might upload that, I might not. I guess depending on the response that you give me from this video is what's gonna, you know, sway that. But you know, I don't really know. We'll have to see. So anyway, like I was saying, you know, this map is awesome for playing against Reapers just because, you know, it's big, it's open, and when the shit goes down, there's a lot of nice little places you can kind of like run to and you know, bunker up. That's really the main thing. I mean, and wait till you see this freaking Saber, man. I mean, wait till you see this. And that was a really weird death that Drew had right there. I don't even know what exactly happened, but wait till you see the Saber versus Ravengers. I think it takes 4 bullets to kill a Ravager with this gun. That's insane. Like 4 bullets to kill a Ravager, like 5 bullets to kill a Brute, sometimes 3 if fucking we all hit him with the, you know, actually, yeah, look at that. I mean, look at that. That's insane. That's absolutely insane how fast that thing died. And that's, you know, that's gonna be the consistent thing that's gonna happen this whole game, is that we're just gonna, every time, you know, any big enemy comes at us, that's the best thing about Reapers, and the easiest thing about Reapers is that most of the enemies are big, and, you know, they're not, I want to say slow. Technically, yeah, they're slow. Like right here, Brutes, you know, sometimes Brutes can move fast when they charge at you, but when they're not charging at you, they move very slow, and they're super easy to take out. So I mean, that's just what's gonna consistently happen throughout this video. Is we're just gonna drop, you know, any of these, and then, you know, like cannibals are actually very slow moving too. So when it comes down to like, that's one reason why this build works so well against Reapers. I told you in the video against Cerberus is that it works good against everything, but it really works well against Reapers. And the reason for that is because, you know, it's easy to hit them. It's very easy to hit Reaper enemies with bullets because they move slow. You know, there's really not even a purpose to stun them for real, because you know, it's just cannibals. You know, just kill them all, like just one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. They're all dead. So you know, it's just something to think about. All right, so this is gonna be wave 5. This is gonna be the start of 2 Banshees, and it's pretty. It's comedy, like, you know, oh no, 2 Banshees coming at us, but you know, we weren't worried. We knew that, you know, we were gonna drop these things. Like, it was just gonna be so easy to kill them. I mean, already, like, in a matter of seconds, they were both almost dead. You know, and that's just what's awesome. Like, this whole video is, like I said, it's gonna repeat the same thing over and over again. You're gonna see enemies come at us, and you're gonna see us drop them in about a half of a second. Now this is what I was talking about, the whole bunker up thing. The whole, like, great part about this map is that when Banshees do come at you, like when they overrun you, like you know, that one just did, you can always run to this, like, you know, you can always go to the landing pad, and because there's that ramp there on the landing pad, you can actually use that as really good cover. You know, because enemies normally will really overrun you. I mean, they can really overrun you at that landing pad, and that sucks. You don't want that to happen. But for the most part, you have a lot of time before they can actually start hitting you, in that, in that incline, I guess, is what I would call it. Because they have to like actually move up into position to shoot at you. So that actually gives you a big advantage, because for that period of time, they can't shoot at you. You're pretty much in like a hole, and they have to move their body to that position. Now that's really a Reaper only thing. You don't want to do that strategy against Cerberus because they move a lot faster, and against Geth they move a lot faster too. So, against Reapers it's easy, like I said, because they move very slowly. They really won't get into position. Mainly the thing I'm talking about is the Ravagers. If Ravagers can actually hit you when you're in that spot, yeah, you're going to have some trouble. But if the Ravagers, if they're not hitting you, then yeah, you're going to have literally no issue whatsoever. Alright, so this is going to be wave 6. We got targets, so, pretty lucky of us to get targets for the first 2 objectives. That's pretty awesome. Wave 6 is so easy against Reapers. It really is, for the most part, just because it's nothing but Ravagers and nothing but, Brutes, and I don't know, like, they're not really too hard to kill. Like, Brutes are really nothing, and Ravagers are pretty much nothing. The biggest enemy, honestly, is probably the Marauders, are the only ones that really can do anything, to be quite honest, but it just depends. And like this little spot right here is also amazing for just picking them off from a distance. It seems like they spawn quite a bit. Like all the different factions have different patterns of spawning on the maps. Cerberus has jetpacks. They can like pretty much fly and stuff, and they can come from the ceiling. Where other factions really can't do that. They have to like spawn off camera and then kind of like walk to you. And Reapers are one of them. I think Geth are very similar to that, but not exactly the same. So holding down this little area right here is awesome, because it seems like their primary spawn is going to be in that middle building to the right, and then the building, right in front of this little area. So, as they come out, you can just blow them away. That's pretty much the strategy. And they'll constantly run out to that little like death field down there, and and then if they do overrun you, which they will at times overrun you, when they finally do overrun you is when you just get your ass, back in cover, and maybe retreat to the landing pad if you have to. And if you ever get overran in that landing pad, the only thing you have to do is just kind of run to one of the buildings that surround this whole little area. So, like I said, overall, this map makes, fighting Reapers in this map is really easy, like, in my opinion. I just think that there's a lot of options there. Like I said, the general strategy though would be just to hold down this area. If you get pushed back, you go to the landing pad. If you get pushed back again, then you have to make your way to one of the buildings. Now, the biggest downside of that is that sometimes when you try something like that, that might, you might really fail at that. Like, you really don't know. Like, there's always other factors that can go into that. If someone gets grabbed, this, that. Then you can have some trouble, but for the most part, that's a pretty consistent strategy. Alright, so this is going to be Wave 7. If you guys don't know that, on Wave 7, there's only ever one boss level enemy on the map at a time, meaning that if it's was Geth, I think if it's Geth, you only have to fight one Prime at a time. If it's Cerberus, it's one Atlas, and if it's Reapers, it's just one Banshee at a time. I know there's quite a few Atlases, Banshees, and Primes, but it's only easy because it's only one at a time. Like, you're only gonna have trouble when you have to fight 2 Banshees, not or 2 Primes. I don't really ever find it hard to fight 2 Atlases just because they're so slow and stupid, but that's just how I feel, at least. Like right here, I'm gonna take out this Ravager. Like I said, it's so easy to kill those things. It's so easy. And then, like, the other thing is about Ravagers is that Geth Infiltrator in general is godly against Ravagers, because Swarmers can be very annoying, and the good thing is that, you don't have to worry about them. And the reason you don't have to worry about them is because Proximity Mine. Proximity Mine will pretty much kill every little Swarmer in the area, so that's just something that happens, and it's pretty awesome. And of course, like always, as a Geth Infiltrator, especially against Reapers, you should always try to get your melee kills as possible. It's so easy to get your melee kills, killing the Husk. It's like literally one cloaked melee, no matter what you do, will pretty much get you a kill against the Husk, one hit. So, You know, right there, boom. You know, like I said, if you ever come across a big thing of swarmers, just hit them with the proximity mine, and then, you know, boom, no, you know, they're all dead. So, and just kind of what happened. This is pretty much just what will happen most of the time. Alrighty, like I said, so I have some other stuff planned like to come out this week. Of course, Fun with Guns is going to be coming out later in the week, over the weekend. I'm also going to be doing one of the all race series thing again. Don't know which one I'm going to choose. You know, people keep telling me about Krogan, and you know, and I always get messages saying, "Hey, I'm a really good Krogan Vanguard." Here's the thing about that gameplay, though. I don't want to use a Krogan Vanguard at all, because I think that would be just too easy if we all were Krogan Vanguards. I mean, maybe that's what it might just come out to be. I think that's literally what I will end up maybe doing. It's just having 4 Krogan Vanguards, because that would be very easy. But it really depends on what you guys want. That's really funny how both of them got stunned at the same time. That's literally how much damage we did with the 2 proximity mines hitting them both. Like I was saying, it's really up to what you guys want to see for the whole Krogan gameplay. Like, do you mind if it's all Krogan Vanguards, or do you want to see it mixed up? You know, like, because the way I wanted it was I wanted 2 Sentinels and 2 Soldiers. I didn't really want it to be any Vanguards, because Vanguard, you know, the Krogan Vanguard is godly, you know, like, and it'd be too easy, honestly. That's how I feel, at least. But the only hard thing about doing that is just finding people who are, you know, willing to play as a Krogan. Most people don't like Krogans, or they suck with them, and you know, it's challenging. So it really just comes down to what you guys want to see, or what you guys want. So that's one thing. Now, if I don't get the Krogan gameplay this week, which I don't know if I am, if I don't get that, I'm probably going to go ahead and upload either the Drell or the Solarian one. The Solarian one's going to be so easy. I mean, everybody should already know that. Like, Solarians are just too godly in this game. Drell one should be pretty easy too, I think, because I really like the Drells. The Drells are fun, but, I mean, like I said, it's just really up to you. Now, right here, now, this is a pretty good example of how this, like, landing zone, this landing pad area can be overran. You know, especially when you have people go down and stuff. So the best thing to do is just have them get up and just run away. You know, like I said, if you need to retreat, just retreat to one of the buildings if possible. And also, of course, you know, but I would have done that, but I knew that it was just going to be better just to turn around and help my teammates. You know, there was no point to just run. And I believe that's about, I think that's going to be it for that wave, or close to over for this wave. Anyway, okay, so like I said, so that's the main thing I'm going to be doing. And also, like I told you before, I also have a surprise series that's going to be coming out probably tomorrow. So, you know, definitely watch out for that. Like, I am definitely going to put that out tomorrow. So, you know, hopefully you guys will really enjoy it. You know, it's going to be a new series, like I said. It's been requested for the most part, things like that, and I've decided to go ahead and do it. You know, but, you know, I'm going to make it my own, though. So it should be really epic and awesome. Anyway, guys, like I was saying, you know, this, you know, we're really having no problems. There's really not much to talk about in this video, to be quite frank, just because if you have eyes, I'm sure you can tell that, yeah, this is just stupid easy. Like, this is no challenge whatsoever. Like we are just fucking them up. Like, as they come to us, we're just laying them down. You know, and it's just, it is just what happens. Like, you know, when you have a really overpowered team like this, I mean, this is an overpowered team. Like, I did not imagine it would be this ridiculous, like this easy, but it really turned out to be. So, you know, that's really what ended up happening. Like I said, and there's just really not much to talk about because, you know, as you can tell, like, it's over. Like, we haven't had really any issue. We had maybe one time we had somewhat of a problem when the landing pad got overran, but that was it. Outside of that, we have had no problems, and, you know, every time we, you know, come across any enemy, you know, we just wreck them. It's just what happens. I don't know. That's pretty much the only thing I could say about it. Alright, but that's going to be wave 9, so this is going to be wave 10. You know, this video is actually really short, too. We did beat it pretty quickly. that mainly comes from doing targets and stuff. Right here, I'm gonna just rocket this group for a kill streak. I pretty much knew that was gonna be a kill streak. And I believe Richard's just gonna be the one to just get all the objectives done very quickly. So, you know, getting devices is always annoying. It really is. Like, it's like probably the worst one to ever get, to be honest. And especially on Wave 10, it's one of the worst, just because like you have to either decide like, all right, do I want, you know, like you have to think like, do I want to go ahead and do this as a team, like follow my teammate around, or do I want to distract the enemies for him, whatever. You know, it's just, that's really what just happens. Like you have to make that decision like as you play, and it can be a little like tricky because sometimes it's, you know, your teammate's going to need your help getting them because he's overran by enemies, and then other times, you know, if you stand next to him, he's going to get grabbed by a banshee because you're bringing all the banshees over to him. I mean, this is ridiculous. I think I'm going to rocket this just because there's just so many freaking enemies around me. I was trying to kill the banshee, but unfortunately I freaking missed. I hate trying to rocket banshees. It's like the freaking worst. Like, I don't understand. Like, you know, you'll hit her right in the face sometimes and you missed. Like, it just makes no damn sense, and it sucks, but you know, it happens, so it's like whatever. Now right here, I think I'm the only one fighting this banshee, and as you can tell, even just me by myself, I can take these things out extremely quickly. Like, that's just how good this class is against Reapers, like I said. And same right here. That was actually, no, I don't know. I think that was primarily just me fighting that brute, and then I think Richard just came over to steal my kill like a jackass. But you know, it's all good. But yeah, you know, as you can tell, like, I mean, this gun is just amazing. It really is. Like, it's hands down the best assault rifle in this game. There's no question in my mind about that. Like, you know, like, no matter what you do, like, this thing, especially on this Geth Infiltrator, I don't know what the damage is, but it's like at least maybe 1200, 1300 damage, something like that. And that's insane. That's absolutely insane that it can do that much damage, you know, per shot. Alright, so this is going to be the extraction wave, and like I said, I think I told you this in a couple other videos, but I always repeat it just because I think it's so important. You know, for most maps, you know, you're going to want to not ever stay in the LZ. You're going to want to always, like, stay in, like, a designated area of safety. And on this map, this is hands down, this little courtyard area is the best place to be. Mainly because, you know, this, now it can be overran. Like, this whole area can be overran. There's no question about that. But the good thing about this area is that, you know, you can lure them into, like, a just giant open death field. And then if you have to, you know, you can always rocket, all that kind of stuff. And, you know, by all the enemies being over here, when we finally go to the LZ, it will be clear and it should be safe. And the main thing you have to do is to pretty much take out the Ravagers. The Ravagers are the only really threat here, because they're the only ones that can hit you in the courtyard, especially on this wave. I don't think there's any Marauders, any Cannibals. There's nothing like that. It's just going to be Brutes, Ravagers, and Banshees. So the Brutes won't be able to do much, and the Banshees, they'll always be able to do something, but, you know, for the most part, they won't be able to do as much. Now, right here, I really knew I should have rocketed, but, you know, hey, it happens. I was so mad. I could not believe that she grabbed me, but, you know, it's very unfortunate. But it happens, so, you know, it's whatever. And then Slayer's getting pretty much wrecked, and I was trying to have them, I was hoping they would rocket for him, and I think Drew did, but, you know, the main thing is just to get the, you know, once someone is assassinated, we're not going to get full extraction, so having everyone in the circle is not a big deal. You know, it's just better to have 2 people just for the partial, and that's what they're going to do. Alright, so that's going to be pretty much it, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As you can tell, Geth Saber is amazing against Reapers, and all Geth Infiltrators are amazing, and Geth Claymore is amazing. Geth are amazing. Like, there you go. So that's pretty much the point of the video. Like I said, I really hope you guys like this video. I really hope you guys will favor this video. That really will help. And, you know, of course, comment and subscribe. And that's pretty much it, guys. So have a nice day.